important.
The important part, yeah.
I mean, it's pretty simple to get off.
Well, that's because I'm using the rough sandpaper first.
Oh.
Then I'm going in with the finer sandpaper. Because the primer that I use, which is this stuff, is a filler primer. It fills in those scratches.
Okay.
And it's sandable.
So what about my armor plates?
Your armor plates, once you start painting on those, I'm down to go 3D print those.
But don't I need to like sand them and like?
Yeah, so the same process you're doing to this is the exact same process you're going to be doing to the plates.
So
But I figured while you're painting this, it'll be printing off of my machines.
But shouldn't we just print them so then I have that to work on?
Well, I still need to fix my printers.
Oh.
Right now, one of them needs a new motor. CR10 needs a replacement Z-axis motor, so that way we can go back up to being super tall. My Ender 3 needs a new print bed, and then my second Ender 3 probably just needs to get thrown out and I buy a new one. But I'm determined to learn how to fix it.
Till then, you need to go get some wax solution.
Wax solution?
Uh-huh.
There we go. Oh, I can get some solution. Yeah, I'm thinking it rusted over.
Well, that and it looks like it's had a little bit of resin along the edges of it.
Yeah, so I think it's just done.
Go down here on the edge and just crimp it a little bit each time and see if it'll break loose. Then, or if all else fails, take the hammer and tap on it.
Yeah, but it's not coming off.
Yeah, it's just full of resin.
Oh, is that? Okay, so that's what the problem is. Yeah. Awesome sauce.
You can probably try it now.
What's the proper way to dispose of this?
Proper way to dispose of it?
Yeah.
Punch a hole in it right here. Punch a hole in it here. Find yourself a gallon can. Pour it in.
Oh, okay.
That way you can still use it.
Oh.
Take one of the coffee cans with the lid on it.
Okay. Okay, dokie. Thank you for the help. Okie dokie. So now we have the resin on Emery's helmet, and that's ready to go and is ready to get fixed. My helmet is currently sitting there getting primed and is almost ready. Look, man, looking at it from this angle, like through the camera, it looks fine, and I really just want to hit it with that black gloss. Oh man, the impatience is kicking in.
Yarn over and come through the next two. Okay. Yarn over. Goes. Oh, hello then. Yarn over, pull through.
While we're waiting for everything to dry, we're gonna go over to the next step, which is fixing my 3D printers. Now, the main problem with the printer is that it is currently, it doesn't want to go up. It's been a long time since I printed anything, which means everything needs to get deep cleaned, everything needs to get put back together. But the important part is that the printer does not, at some point as it's going up with the nozzle, gives up, stops, and it crashes back down. I think it's a Z motor problem. So we're gonna go on Amazon, we're gonna go buy a new one. And pray to God it works. Don't mind this. This didn't happen. It didn't happen, it makes me sad. Okay, alright. So the motor is now on its way. It'll arrive tomorrow. And we'll use it for the printer. So I guess for now what we can start doing is cleaning it. We can print something small and flat in preparation and to make sure that everything works accordingly. So that way the one thing that needs to get printed is the taller piece. So let's go ahead and take a look, see what we got. Right. Oh man. Oh geez, wieners. We don't have it plugged into the thing. Alrighty, we got it plugged in. Let's see if we can get it to turn on. Huzzah! I'm gonna go wash the glass pane so that way we get all the dirt and dust off, and then we're gonna start it, try it out. Okay, so I've started my first print. They're very small. What I'm creating are these tiny little tokens used for a game called Star Wars Unlimited, which just came out this last February. It's a Star Wars trading card game where you pit your characters and ships together against each other to destroy your enemy, the enemy player's base before they destroy yours. It's super cool, it's a lot of fun, it's very easy to get into. So I decided, hey, I'll print out my own tokens that I can paint later and do all that stuff. And do all that jazz. Alright, so what I ended up doing was that I went and re-leveled the bed. I was hoping that it would just be fine. For the most part, we have flow. It did stick to the bed for a little bit, so the bed we know is clean. So now we're going to re-level it. That should solve the sticking issue, and hopefully it will stick on. And then voila! We are on our way to 3D printing the armor. Woot woot! Okay, so the print still doesn't want to stick to the bed, so I'm going to give it about an hour to let it dry. And then go do my other stuff. So actually it's probably going to be about 2 hours. So I'm going to give it 2 hours for it to completely dry and then try again. I made a boo-boo. So I went to collect this rat's nest off the nozzle of my printer. So I went with my tweezers, went to go for it, shot a little too far upward, rammed it straight into the fan, and I have now broken the fan, which means now I need to replace the fan. I have replacement fans, and they're RGB. They're really cool. However, I am going to have to literally solder them to the wire because the cable's not long enough. I've done it once before. I can do it again. I'm just like, Lucas, why did you do that? I'm going to do that maybe tomorrow because I'm tired. Okay, so we got new parts. We got the new motor, and we got the new hot end, which should have the fan and everything on it. So I'm going to get everything hooked up, and hopefully we can get started and get something printed tonight. Crossing my fingers. So yeah, let's get her going. Okay, so off to a good sign. I was able to disable the steppers, allowing me to just do this by hand instead of having to manually crank it. So I think that's going to solve our problem. At this point, the only problem we should be facing is whether or not it sticks to the bed. Crossing my fingers. Come on, first try, 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 first try. Okay, so right now it wants to pull the print off the print bed, but I have high hopes. I think it's just a matter of getting the temperature right on the bed and the nozzle. I'm going to go back onto the internet and look up the troubleshooting guide for sticking on the bed, and kind of go through the motion, see what I can do. Wish me luck. Okay, so quick update. Here is all of the armor that I've printed, which is not a lot, needless to say. We've got a thigh plate, the bigger thigh plate. We got a knee pad. We've got a butt plate, and then we got 2/3 of a chest plate and a helmet. I'm gonna try to get this started and print the latter third of the chest plate off the CR10 Mini. While that's going, I'm gonna be focusing on this Ender 3 and seeing if I can get it to print with the bed that I already have. If anything, I'm probably going to replace it with a glass bed just like this one, and then we'll move on to this. Actually, this is a glass bed right here underneath this tape. I could probably salvage that, so let's get that started. Coins, the green damage counters, are from the PLA attempt on the CR10 Mini, which they all came out really, really well, and they're pretty nice and thick, and we like that. The Pet G is a little thin, also off the CR10 Mini. I'm not entirely sure why, but it could be that the nozzle is too close to the bed, or it might be incorrect nozzle settings. That's my theory. The black ones are from my Ender 3, which just put these off. These are thin as well. I'm thinking because the bed is too close to the nozzle. So right now, my theory is that the bed is just too high, because that is what I was struggling with when I was working on the Ender 3, was that the glass bed added a lot of height, and so I need to redo the height of the bed itself. So what I'm going to do is basically set an offset to the Z-axis, and that should solve the problem. Hopefully that works. We're going to do another test print to see if we can get that thickness back in the damage counters. I'm going to go ahead and take the dog for a walk while I let that print. And there's the progress of the chest piece.